I really, when I was a kid, wanted to be in the Army really bad, which, like, go figure, this haircut. I would get drunk and try to join the Army online at, like, 4 in the morning, which, like, I don't think that, like, I don't think they take applications at 4 in the morning, or they shouldn't. Like, and then I would get so drunk that I'd start crying and be like, I'll never be in the Army, and I'd just salute myself in the mirror.
There we go.
Hey everybody, you're listening to We Still Like You, the show where people like you get up on stage and tell their most shameful or embarrassing story. I'm Jesse Batend. That sad little soldier at the beginning of our show was our very own We Still Like You producer, Shannon Knoll. If you're wondering, Shannon is not currently serving in the military. But like the first story today proves, sometimes getting the job you want is just the beginning of your problems. From Atlanta, here's Kyle Gillis.
All right, guys, your next performer was also super great in helping us set this up. Guys, put your hands together for Kyle Gillis, everybody.
Okay, so you guys remember a couple years ago when I was 16? I sure remember that. I entered the job market at the worst times our country has seen since the Great Depression, and I can tell you that based on a couple metrics. First of all, I applied for a job at a hat kiosk in the mall, and when I got to meet the manager, I was very nervous. I don't think I should have that level of nerves when meeting a man whose whole livelihood can be moved slightly that way. There's something important happening right here. But the worst part is I didn't get that job. I had struck out on every job nobody wanted until I wound up interviewing for a company called Balloon Distractions, for a position as an independent contractor making balloon animals and Chili's franchises. I nailed that interview for some reason, don't know why. And the way they pitched it to me was like, you're not our employee. You're your own independent contractor. You're a small business owner. You don't even have to pay your taxes. I'm like, oh boy, you're speaking my language. All right. I'm 16-year-old and never taken an economics class in my life. That sounds fantastic. So I signed up. Red flag number one, that this was a pyramid scheme. The guy who referred me was immediately promoted when I got the job. He was now my boss, and I was the only person he was in charge of. So something about that shouldn't have added up. But also, they made me buy my own balloons from them. I found out this company did not make any money off of me making balloon animals. Their whole thing was just selling me balloons. That's how I got the job in the first place, is that they realized if they tricked a bunch of teenagers into making balloon animals in a Chili's, then they could sell a hell of a lot more balloons, so they just did that instead of advertising. And it worked. It went swimmingly. So I get the job. I go through training, which is 7 straight days of me watching DVDs about how to make balloon animals. They send me to the Chili's in Ackworth to train. Top-notch Chili's if you've never been there. 3-star Chili's at least. So I get there, and things are going pretty well, all things considered. I think it's going great. I did about 4 hours of this. I made $50 or so, I think. And then it ends. And the whole time I've been doing it, the manager was kind of giving me the stink eye, which I don't know why at the time. I'm just a guy trying to make some balloon animals. And then the next day, I'm at the DMV. I gone to the bathroom to take a piss. I get a phone call telling me I was fired, and I cried. Cried many tears. I didn't know why they were firing me. They said I got a complaint. I thought I was really rocking it. First of all, I don't know how they could fire me when I was a small business owner. I'm an independent contractor. You can't fire me. I quit. But with more tears. And I found out later this is why I got fired. There are 2 Chili's in Ackworth. And the one I went to was the wrong Chili's. And they didn't stop me. They let me make balloon dogs for 5 hours, just resenting me the whole time, like I'm gonna get that son of a bitch fired. I don't even know what he's doing here. I didn't think to ask the 16-year-old in a polo shirt with a pump, hey, what are you doing doing here? Meanwhile, a second Chili's is like, where the fuck is Kyle? So if you've never disappointed 2 Chili's in suburban Georgia at the same time, then you are not operating on my level of failure. So there's an epilogue to this. I lost that job. It's years later. I'm now 23 years old. I'm in a parking lot of a restaurant about to pick up a delivery. I'm an independent contractor. Some lessons don't take the first several times around. So I'm freelance delivering bullshit for people for pennies on the dollar. And right as I'm about to go pick up some food, my phone rings. And I pick it up, and it is Ben Alexander, CEO of Balloon Distractions. Oh, we meet again, motherfucker. Let's talk like men, one small business owner to another. So he tells me he's calling former employees of his that he thinks are most likely to succeed in his new business, which is how I flagged that as bullshit right away. Because this guy knows 2 things about me. He knows my name, and he knows that I fucked up at 2 Chili's at once. That's it. So he's trying to sell me on his business success course that he wants me to become like a mentor in. Like, oh, Kyle, you're a small business owner. You made like 3 balloon dogs and got fired. What can you teach me about business success? When Ben Alexander offers you something, run far away, but kick him in the dick first so he doesn't come back, is what I would say. And so I told him, to wrap this up, I said, what color is my hair? And he didn't have an answer. Now, this isn't a curveball. My hair is brown. For people getting this in audio, this wasn't like, gotcha, I'm that one pink-haired guy who's great at no, that's a clown. That would be much better at balloon animals. I told him, you don't know anything about me. You're desperately dialing everyone in your contacts list, and it's good to see that you're still desperate and miserable, if there's any justice in this world.
Kyle Gillis. Up next, Billy O'Connor ruins an accountant's golf trip. Welcome back to We Still Like You. Our last story for today comes to you from comedian Billy O'Connor. It was recorded at the Bird City Comedy Festival in Phoenix. It's about a time when Billy and a bunch of businessmen went on a fateful golf trip. From Phoenix, here's Billy O'Connor.
He is from right here in Phoenix. Put your hands together right now for Billy O'Connor.
Hey, great job, guys. Great to be here. Tell you a story I never told on stage. I'm going to preface it with 20 seconds of old material just to fill you in. But I'm 68 years old, and I really don't give a fuck if you like me or not after this story, so do what you want. When I was 19, they sent me to Vietnam, right? So when I got there, prostitutes were $4 a piece, right? Now we're talking the height of the Vietnam War. I'm a recovering Catholic, right? My fucking testosterone is through the roof. So I'm fucking everything I can, right? I'm getting more ass than fucking Caligula, you know? So anyway, I come back from now. Now what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm not pleading here, you know, I mean, I'm not looking for a Purple Heart or nothing, but I come back at 22. What am I supposed to do? Stop calling hookers? I started to bookmaking. I started making a shitload of money. Then I opened the bar and I started making a shitload more money. Of course, I was putting up my fucking nose, blowing on broads. I was drinking. I was in my pharmaceutical phase, you know, like I had a lot of Quaaludes. I was getting Quaaludes by the fucking dozen. Anyway, needless to say, after about 10 years of this, my wife says, get the fuck out of here. You're out of your fucking mind. I don't give a fuck. You're leaving. She throws me out. So my lawyer calls me up and says, look, Billy, I know you go out and you play golf. He says, 15 of us. He says, we're all, it's all professional people, doctors and lawyers. We're going down to Myrtle Beach to play golf. We got 15 guys. We need a 16th guy. Can you come? I says, yeah, all right. I don't really want to go because I don't know these guys, but fuck it. He's my lawyer. I might need the guy, right? So I go. He's telling me, be careful. These guys are fucking crazy. He goes, they really break out when they go down there, right? So naturally, I get on a plane, I'm having 5 or 6 fucking shots. I get down there, we play golf, I'm drinking a fucking 6-pack of beer. We get back to the room, I'm fucking whacked, I'm doing lines, right? They put me in a room with this fucking cardiologist, a real stiff, right? A real polysyllabic bullshit artist, right? And I know I'm fucked. The kind of guy, I mean, I know I'm fucked, you know? One of these guys who talks like my siblings and shit like that, right? So I know I'm with the fucking stiff, right? I'm with the stiff. He's the kind of guy who would get out of the shower to piss, right? A real phony cocksucker. So anyway, as soon as we get back to the room, I get on the fucking bed, I open up the phone book, I'm starting looking for hookers, right? I'm on a vacation, right? So they got fucking pages of fucking hookers. I'm saying, what the fuck is this? The Bible Belt or fucking Bangkok? This is crazy, right? So I tell the guy, what the fuck was his name? Whatever, don't matter. Let's call him Conrad. I says, hey, Conrad. I says, look at this, man. There's fucking millions of pages of fucking hookers here. I said, it's unbelievable. I'm going to call a hooker. He says to me, first he says, you don't use those services, do you? I says, occasionally, you know, trying to smooth the way a little bit. But I can see the guy, he goes, no, I'm not partaking in any of that. So I fine. So I call a hooker. Yeah, my name is Fred. That's right. Holiday Inn, 2nd floor, 210, Fred. I get back on the bed. An hour later, there's a knock on the door. And I know this cardiologist didn't leave because he wants to see what the hooker looks like, right? Because he's fucking full of shit. Knock on the door. He opens the door. I'm on the bed. A real syrupy voice. Hello, are you Fred? He says, no, I'm not Fred. Fred is over there on the bed. Now, bear in mind, I've never been to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina in my life. The chick walks in. She takes 3 steps. She goes, Billy O'Connor, holy fuck, what are you doing here? I say, Shane, the fuck are you doing? She goes, I'm selling my ass. She says, what are you doing? I says, I guess I'm buying it, right? What the fuck? You know? Now with this, the cardiologist goes batshit. He takes all his fucking clothes, goes, I've had enough of this, and he fucking bolts, right? I'm saying, good, this guy's a fucking stiff anyway, right? So she says to me, look, I'll call my boss. She goes, you got any drugs? I said, I got Quaaludes, I got speed, I got fucking bottle of vodka on ice, I got beer, I got weed. She says to me, good, I'll call my boss. I'll tell him I couldn't find a John. We'll have a party, right? Now, I know this chick from New Orleans years ago. She had a body that would fucking stop traffic, but, you know, she had a face that wouldn't frighten children or nothing like that. But she was a sport, Shane, you know, a real fucking sport, you know? So, so now I'm fucking taking downs with her, right? So she says to me about 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm fucking whacked. I'm bent out of shape like a fucking bridegroom, right? And she says to me, can you do me a favor? I said, why not? You've already done me too. Yeah, I can do you a favor. What do you want me to do? She said, could you put on my lingerie? It turns me on. I figured, what the fuck? I don't want to think I'm a Puritan and I can't keep up, right? I know the chick for fucking 20 years. She's a hooker. What the fuck? So here I am, and about 5 minutes later, I got nylons on. I got a garter belt, right? I got a bra. I'm fucking sitting back there. I'm drinking vodka. I'm fucking walloped. I don't give a fuck. I'm looking like fucking, it's fucking, what do you call it? Victor's Secrets instead of Victoria. I'm fucking laid out, right? So now I go to get a fucking drink and I'm out of ice. So I get up and I go to the ice bucket and it's fucking, there's no ice. And I says, what the fuck? You know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. The ice bucket's only the ice machine's 2 doors down. I ain't getting out all this shit and getting back into it, right? I figured I'd take a shot. So I open the fucking door and I bolt out into the highway. As soon as I get into the fucking hallway, the door next door opens. And who is it but the fucking cardiologist, right? The fucking guy who left, right? And he takes one look at me. Now I'm fucking in Shane's lingerie, right? I got an ice bucket in my hand and I'm wearing nothing else but an effulgent smile like this, you know? And the guy goes, Jesus Christ, like this. And I said, just say oops and close the fucking door. He says, oops? I says, yeah, now close the fucking door, right? A week later, I'm back in New York, and I'm telling my bookmaker partner, Billy, what's the fucking odds? Put the odds on this. I've never been in fucking Charleston, South Carolina in my fucking life, Myrtle Beach. Never been there. What's the odds of calling a hooker and I fucking know her? He says, with you, I make it even money. That's it. Thank you.
That was comedian Billy O'Connor. And that's going to do it for this episode of We Still Like You. Thank you again for listening. As always, please subscribe to the show. Make sure you follow along with us so you can get every new episode as soon as it's ready. If you've got a story you want to tell on We Still Like You, feel free to pitch us. Just send us an email at westilllikeyu@gmail.com. Let us know why you're ashamed, why you're embarrassed, and why you want to tell the story, and we'll try and get you on. Until next time, I'm Jesse Pretend. Thanks for listening.
We Still Like You is produced by Dan Sheehan, Danny Gallegos, Tyler Snodgrass, Shannon Nulm, and J. Michael Osborne, who is also our resident live artist. In Los Angeles, it is produced by Andy Sell.
The podcast is produced by Jesse Pretend, engineered by Jesse Pretend and Sam Haas. Our theme song is Specific People by Jake Tobin. Big thanks to all the people who've housed our live shows at various undisclosed locations around Chicago, and to you, the listener, for being there.
If you'd like to know more about where you can watch We Still Like You or submit to be on We Still Like You, please check out our website, which is westilllikeyu.com, and also you can find us on Facebook.
Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.